one wind energy facility in the state and is looking to invest even more in the Show Me State. We are committed to being a trusted community partner and look forward to providing affordable, clean, renewable energy for generations of Missourians to come.
Welcome, everyone, to Aycorp Sports and another exciting evening of high school volleyball. We're coming to you from the Malden High School Gymnasium, home of the Green Wave, where we are here for the Bootheel Conference Championship, both the junior varsity and varsity action tonight. Our junior varsity match will pit the host Malden Green Wave against the Portageville Bulldogs. That's who's warming up right now. The second match action for varsity will be the Portageville Bulldogs again, so they're in both matches, versus Senath-Hornersville, the number 1 seed. So exciting to see what happens. Alongside my broadcast partner, Coach Gentry Vansel, I'm Philip Britt, ready to bring you all the action. Good evening, Coach. Welcome to Malden.
Hey, good evening, Philip. It's great to be here. And it was a short drive for both of us. I love that. That's a great thing. And we're here at the Bootheel Conference Tournament, one of my favorite conference tournament nights. And it's always a great night, and I love this gym. I think it's a great gym for volleyball tonight. We have Portageville coming in here as their JV. They are 23-2-1, and both of their losses were to Gideon, once in a tournament and then one in a regular season game. Their JV has only lost 6 sets all season. And Malden's JV is 15-6. They're the number 2 seed coming in. They only have lost to Portageville in regular season conference matchup, but they have lost to other teams as well. Prior to this, when their head-to-head competition, I was here refereeing this game. Portageville defeated Malden 25-10, 25-21 on September the 11th.
So these are two really good teams. Obviously, that one of those sets in that first, even though it was a 2-0 win for Portageville, one of those sets was very close, and so we expect there to be, and that was earlier in the seasons, early in September, and so we expect there to be both teams be really prepared for tonight's matchup. Well, we mentioned this Portageville team's only lost 2 matches, both of those to Gideon. Gideon has a really good junior varsity program, and certainly has defeated both of these 2 teams this year, twice actually. The other losses for Malden are to some other exceptional programs. Bernie, they lost to Kennett's JV, and they lost to Twin Rivers. So those are the only junior varsities that they've lost to, and those all are solid junior varsities that we've seen play some this year. When we were waiting to do varsity action, this is our first broadcast of a junior varsity match this year. So
I'm excited about that. When I spoke to Malden's coach just a few minutes ago, we talked about the first matchup, and she said they were very tight, very nervous, and you can see that in that score. And the second set, they relaxed a little bit. She said, we hope we just come out here and play. Portageville brings a presence with them. They've won it several times. They always are good competitors. And she says sometimes that gets in our girls' heads a little bit.
Well, I can see that. You know, there are always those teams that no matter where you are, that you have they may seem to have your number sometimes. You know, no matter where you've coached, there's always been, you know, a team or two that you really wanted to beat because they've always kind of had your number. And we'll see if that's the case here with Malden and Portageville. What we know is in about a minute we're going to start action here. So we're going to take a quick break, and then we'll come back for the starting lineups.
Growing cotton in the Mid-South is hard work. As a farmer, you make tough decisions every day. Choosing a cotton variety shouldn't be one of them. Next-gen brand varieties from Americot are bred specifically for cotton growers like you. We're 100% independent and farmer-owned. Plant cotton that works as hard as you do. Americot. All we do is cotton, all the time.
julep, pop, 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 julep, pop, 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 woo!
If Moreland's not on the back of your vehicle, you paid too much.
And we're back here at Malden High School Gymnasium for the Bootheel Conference Junior Varsity Championship. We are ready for the starting lineups.
First matchup between two JV volleyball teams. Number 2, Malden Green Wave, and number 1 seeded.
So for the Malden Green Wave first.
First, the starting lineup for Malden Green Wave. Number 13, Cameron Ellison.
Number 13, Cameron Ellison. Number 15, Peyton Pickard. Number 1, Hestiana Jackson. Number 11, Jasmine Lara. Number 10, Kyrie Mathis. Number 5, Carson Cohen. And then Lexi Malone, number 4, the libero. So for Portageville, the number 1 seed in our tournament tonight. Number 2, Elise Hickenbottom. Number 9, Juliana Priggle. Number 10, Deasia Arterbridge. And number 12, Lexi Priggle. Number 15, Maggie Priggle. Number 19, Taryn Irby. And number 25, Taylor Hopgood, the libero. So a couple of these girls, Coach, when we saw them play, we've had them a couple of times, and a couple of these girls played on varsity as well. Taryn Irby and Maggie Priggle both played on varsity before, but they play JV too, and so tonight they're just playing JV. Yeah. So she wanted her best team on the court tonight for sure.
And this is kind of the championship game or the conference tournament. This is the tournament for these JV girls, and it's a big deal. They don't get to go to state. They don't have that title, but this is their big night.
That's right. And so Coach wants her full team out there to full complement of players tonight. And that's what we're expecting. So we're excited about tonight's action. Both teams are excited. There's lots of blue in the stands, even though we are at Malden. And Malden is the home team on the court. At least they have their colors, and but there's a lot of blue across from us. Now, the Malden student section is right behind the Malden bench, so they're going to be excited. They don't have anybody behind them, so they can stand up through the whole night. So that'll be exciting to watch how this all plays out tonight. So
I love that the varsity players are all there on the front row. Mm-hmm. I'm looking at all of them from Malden. What a great night for them, and they're leading this group of young adults down here. Mm-hmm. We have Portageville, their varsity is sitting across from the way. The Bulldog is in town,
Bulldogs here and
they're standing
and
ready to go.
So they're opposite each other in the arena. So first serves from Malden, Cameron Ellison with the serve, and that was Taryn Irby with the hit, but Malden was in the net.
And Malden had that ball up.
Absolutely. So quick substitution. Aubrey Trover into the game to serve. So Trover with the serve at 1-0. Picked up by Malden. Set back over by Jackson. Nice reach that time by Irby and was able to keep it alive. Picked up this time a little bump set to Priggle. That was Maggie Priggle. I'll have to say for a lot of first names tonight because lots of. And another hit by Irby and down.
So both teams right now are just kind of getting loose, and you can tell there's a little few nerves. They're not hitting as hard. Priggle has finally come in here and hit, and Trover back to serve again.
Oh, nice short serve that time, and the Malden defense wasn't quite ready for that ball to be as short as it was, and she put it right in a good spot. So Trover back again, serving at 3-0.
And give a shout out to her dad. Her dad is Tyler Trover from
That's right.
Portageville, baseball coach.
Good pick up on a little free ball there. There's Priggle with another solid hit from the right side. Not able to be picked up by Malden. Now it's a 4-0 lead for Portageville.
The one thing Portageville does very well is they do use their right side. They're not afraid to back set, and they're strong on that right side, and you see it on Varsity as well.
And we don't see a lot of that. I mean, unless you've got a left-handed player, that we don't see a lot of use of that right side of the hitting line. Good try that time by Hickenbottom, but she hits it long and out for a point for Malden. Substitution for Malden. Macy Goldsmith in. And Peyton Pickard back to serve. At 1-4. Pickard with the serve. Nice deep serve. And not handled that time by Juliana Priggle. Was a high serve, and she just wasn't able to get her hands on it very well. So Pickard back to serve again. This time handled and set over on the second hit. Little bump set, Hickenbottom with a hit to the back and picked up by Malden. Free ball back over. Set to the middle to Irby. Picked up nicely that time by Cohen. It was Cameron Ellison with a hit out of the back row. He'd pick up free ball back over, but handled well by Malden. There's Priggle again. Maggie Priggle again with a hit from that right side. This time off the top of the net, slowed it down, but it got to the right spot.
Malden cannot give many more free balls, and Portageville knows how to use them.
Several so far, and you're right, they're going to have to lock that down. It's Irby back with the serve for Portageville. Set to Hickenbottom, who pushes it back over. Picked up, out of system again, and free ball back over. That pass was way too close to the net and just hit back over by Portageville. Set to the middle. Pick up by Portageville, set back to Priggle again. That was a tough spot. Cameron Ellison with a nice little tip to an open spot in the Portageville defense for a point. That was a nice rally.
Nice rally, and that is what you have to do in those long rallies, just something strange, something a little different.
Just find a spot. So, libero Lexi Malone with the serve. Free ball back over. Let's see what Portageville can do with it this time. Set to the middle to Juliana Priggle, but hit at the top of the net. Malone back to serve again, libero. Pick up by Priggle there. Oh, and there's a strong hit by Juliana Priggle. That's a Priggle connection right there.
That was a very nice hit.
Keegan Sanders in to serve for Portageville. Hickenbottom comes to the bench for a rotation. And short with the serve right into the net. Both teams have to really limit their service errors. So far they've been pretty clean, but that's something that coaches really want to stress is they've got to keep that ball in play. Jasmine Lara with the serve. Set to Priggle, and she finds an open spot. Sometimes you don't have to have all the pace in the world. Sometimes you just need to find a location.
That's right. And Malden will be glad when she rotates to the back row.
That's right.
She's giving them fits, and she still has one more rotation.
Arterbridge is back in for Portageville. Attempted a free ball back over there, hit into the net by Malden. So Maggie Priggle back to serve again and served that one long, but played by the Malden defense. Thought it was going to be long, but she played it and couldn't handle it off her hands and out of bounds.
I look for a timeout pretty soon.
I would say if it gets to 10, I think you're probably right. So Priggle back to serve again. Maggie Priggle, that is. Nice hard serve. Picked up. Nice attempt, but just a little bit long, just a little deep on that hit. 10-5.
She's going to go
serving.
one more.
Yep. Nice deep serve that time, but a good pass by the libero Malone. Hit by Ellison. And then there's Priggle, Juliana Priggle out of the middle, hits that ball long. That time Malden's defense knew where they were, knew where the play was, and let that ball go and scored the point.
Good communication from Malden.
Kyrie Mathis back into the game to serve for the Green Wave. Nice serve, picked up by Portageville. Little bump, little set over the net, but good defense that time with Malone coming from deep in the back to pick it up. Good try that time by Malden, and unfortunately they hit it into the top of the net. Lots of players flying all over the court that time, covering as much as they could.
Malden had very good. The one thing about Malden is they're fast.
They are.
I think Portageville has the height, and Malden has some speed.
Good pickup that time. Good nice set to a perfect location by Carson Cohen that time. She dropped that right into an empty spot in the Portageville defense. And now she's back to serve at 7-11. Portageville with the lead. Strong hit out of the middle that time for Deasia Arterbridge.
I look at Portageville's lineup, and I just see freshman.
Yep.
And they're all playing.
Yes.
And what a great thing to come back to next year, too.
Absolutely. You know, you've got 3 sophomores that are playing, and they're certainly integral parts of this team, but you're right, there are a lot of strong freshmen on this team. And there's our timeout after the Juliana Priggle hit. So we're going to take 30 seconds, and we'll be right back. And we're back here at the Malden High School Gymnasium. The Portageville Bulldogs, #1 seed in our junior varsity tournament, are up 13-7 here in set number 1 with the serve. And Lexi Priggle is back to serve.
And during that timeout, we're seeing more and more blue come in.
Yes.
Getting ready for the game. Senath has walked in the door as well.
It's exciting. Championship night is always exciting. So here's a set to the outside to Hickenbottom, who hits it a little bit long, just a little bit long. And no touch, so just a little long. Good decision that time by Malden to let that ball go. And that was Cameron Ellison with a service error, served into the net. So unlike a lot of the games we've called this year, postseason play generally has MSHA officials calling the lines as well, and that's good. I mean, it's hard to question them the way a lot of times people will question students or even adults that call the line for regular season games. There's Priggle back on that right side again. This time, set was a little off the net and she couldn't reach it. Into the middle. Irby with the hit. Set backside to Priggle. Good pickup again. Man, that back row is playing well for Malden. They just couldn't handle that one. That was Ellison. That ball was just hit too hard and at such an angle that it went off her hands and out of bounds.
Malden's not getting swings, but they're passing it right back up. They're staying
Right.
with them.
Well, and we mentioned during the break that there's just not really a block very often. There was a block up that time, but Irby's just a lot taller player, and it's hard to get a block up in her face there.
Yes.
Malden's got some really strong players, but they just are not as tall. And in volleyball, that's it's just like basketball. That's it's hard to defend a taller player.
It's their advantage right now.
Right. Oh. Got a player in the way of the setter. She was trying to get there, and nobody else picked that ball up. So somebody else has got to pick that up, right, Coach?
That's right.
You got to recognize she's not going to be able to get there.
Well, I think she ran into another player,
She did.
and they're smiling about it.
Right. Well, they're up 16-9, so you
That's
can be a
true.
little looser when you've got
You
a little
can.
bit of a lead. So Peyton Pickard back to serve again for the Green Wave. That time off the block. Hickenbottom with a hit off the block and out of bounds for a point.
Right now, that is 10 kills for Portageville, and most of them have come out of the middle or right side. The majority of them, I would say, out of the middle there.
Hit back over, picked up, set by Priggle that time. Good pickup in the back row by Cohen that time. Priggle with a little unorthodox swing at that ball, but it worked for her. So there's another situation where the setter took the first receive, and there's a little miscommunication because the setter had already hit the ball.
And typically the right side will take it, but on that time, that ball was in between them
And they
both.
were right together, and so they got to communicate a little better. I'm sure that's what Coach would say. Malone with the serve, the libero with the serve, and there's Priggle out of the middle this time.
Maggie Priggle.
Maggie Priggle out of the middle this time with a nice hit to an open spot. 18-10, Portageville with the lead.
We have Hickenbottom just came out, and Sanders comes in to serve for Portageville.
Nice serve that time for Keegan Sanders.
Nice spot for Malden right
It
now.
was very nice spot. Put it right where she couldn't quite get to it, in between the front and back rows, and it worked out really well. So another opportunity to serve for Malden. This time it's Jasmine Lara back to serve. Good deep serve that time. Free ball back over. We haven't seen a lot of those out of Portageville. Malden with a good hit and off hands and out of bounds. So 18-12 now.
Portageville just has not gotten a good swing at anything in the last two serves.
Right. Well, and they haven't gotten a good passing set. And there's Priggle again. Maggie Priggle out of the middle, but hit that one long for a point for Malden. Laura back to serve again. Short serve that time. Picked up by Priggle, Juliana Priggle that time, and then hit by Juliana Priggle.
And Malden reached back. She didn't know she was there. It's just what you do.
Sure. Arterbridge back in for Portageville with Maggie Priggle back to serve. Good pickup and saved by Malden. Had a set to the right side. Good.
A little slide.
It was. Good little hit by Priggle, and Malden's player was in the net. Number 5, Cohen, was in the net that time.
And Portageville's won the race to 20.
They have. That's certainly a moral victory, and one that we'll see how it plays the rest of the way. Priggle with the serve, and then good pickup that time by Irby. And a hit by Cohen that could not be returned that time. The Malden student section's getting excited, so it's good to see that. 20-14, Malden with the serve and down 6 points.
Hard serve.
A little battle at the net. Hit by Arterbridge and out. 20-15 now.
I will say this about Malden. They have not let many balls drop unless it was a hard hit kill, that it was just down. They have been all over that floor.
They cover a lot of the floor. You're absolutely right. That's a good point. It's hard to find a spot where they're not there to cover. There's Cohen again, this time off the block and out of bounds. Another point for the Green Wave. Mathis serving for the Green Wave at 20-16, down 4 points. There's Priggle, that time blocked by Cohen. Cohen's really playing well in that front row right now.
Nice pass.
There's Cohen again, this time a little bit long and no touch on the net. She's been a thorn in Portageville's side this last couple rotations.
They had a good run.
Sure did. Put quite a few points up quickly. But it's 21-16 now. They just had dug themselves into quite a deep hole. Juliana Priggle with the serve. Free ball back over by Malden. And the set, I think she was trying to set that on the net, but she set it over and out.
It almost looked like she was going toward maybe a backslide, or at least she was going that way.
Right.
But I think
She
she also meant for it to go
on
over.
it. Right.
Their setter's also in the front row right now, so she could jump.
Right. There's Irby with a hit, picked up by Malden. Set to the middle to Irby again. Nice pickup that time again by Malden. That's Cohen again in the middle of the court playing her heart out. Wow, picked up and we're still playing. Another pickup by Malden. Portageville is Irby again, hits it back to the back row, reset things a little bit. And that time, Cameron Ellison hits the ball into the block and down. What a great series there.
And number 13 for Malden, bless her heart, Cameron Ellison, it was a wonderful rally, but you want to see your athlete go up and hit.
Absolutely.
And she did.
Yep.
She gave it everything she had. I like that out of that.
So Malden's going to take a timeout, another timeout here at 22-17. We'll take 30 seconds and we'll be back.
First State Bank and Trust is more than just products and services. We're there for you for your first paycheck, buying a home, opening a small business, starting a family, or planning to retire, and everything in between. We're the local bank you know and trust for all of your financial needs. Visit fsbtrust.com or stop by your local First State Bank and Trust to explore all of your financial options. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
And we're back here in the Malden High School Gymnasium. It's 22-17 here in set number one. Portageville with the lead. Malden took that timeout, hoping to stem the tide a little bit and finish this set out strongly. Back set that time to Naomi Sims with the kill. Put that in a nice spot on that right on the line.
First time I've seen Malden back set tonight.
So Cameron Ellison back to serve for the Green Wave. Nice little jump serve. Picked up, set out here to Hickenbottom. Blocked that time by Jackson. Jackson went up and blocked that strongly. So Portageville's going to take a quick timeout. We'll stay here through this timeout. So, Coach, it's 22-19. What does Malden have to do to claw their way right back and win this set?
Well, right now, Malden's doing what they're doing. They're actually blocking right now, and they're getting the blocks, and they're covering very, very well. Portageville over here I haven't seen them hit as much in the last maybe 5 points or 6 points as they were at the very beginning, the first 10, 15 points of the game.
Right.
Portageville's just got to get back into that. They've got the excellent hitters. Coach tell them to calm down, get that score, and the sooner you get to 23, that starts itching your head, and then 24 will go on, and Portageville's hoping for that. Malden's hoping it kind of halts right here for just a few minutes.
In Malden, we mentioned not a lot of sets early on, but while the blocks this last couple of couple of rotations have been really solid for Malden. It's like they've settled down finally and feel like they're in their rhythm.
And Malden's coach said to her assistant, she said, "I have no more timeouts. Don't let me call one."
That's right. There's Higginbottom that time with a strong hit off the block and down.
I like that she went back up and she swung.
Yep.
She got blocked. Coach called timeout. She said, "I got it. Don't worry about it."
Aubrey Trover back in to serve for the Bulldogs at 23-19. Nice serve in play. Ball over. Hickenbottom with the hit. And over again, and that time knocked down by Irby. You can tell that Irby and Maggie Priggle have both played a lot of varsity ball. They feel confident out there. You can just see the confidence that they have on the court.
They look comfortable.
They do. And there's called a lift that time on Irby out of the middle. She just her block just wasn't quite close enough to the net, so it came down on her side, and she tried to pick it back up but lifted. So it's that point again, but this time Malden has the serve. Peyton Pickard back to serve for the Green Wave. Nice deep serve, picked up nicely by Portageville, and there's Priggle, and that's it. That's Maggie Priggle with finish it out, set number one for the Green Wave, or for the Portageville Bulldogs. So we will take a quick break, and we will be back in about a minute to recap set number one.
At Focus Bank, we understand your community because it's our community too. With branches across Southeast Missouri and Northeast Arkansas, Focus Bank offers services such as fraud protection, really free checking, and mobile banking that lets you bank simply and securely, anytime, anywhere. Stop by any of our branches or visit us online to open an account today. Plus, you'll receive an awesome free gift just from opening your really free checking account. And when you refer someone who opens an account, you'll both receive a gift. Focus Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Mathis Funeral Home of Dexter and Bernie strives to provide their community with the accommodations and services needed to relieve your family during times of loss. For more information, give them a call and see how Mathis Funeral Home can help meet your expectations in celebrating your loved one.
Cold beer, pork steak, fast break, the best chicken in the whole state. Fast break, whoop doggies, I think I need a fast break. All right.
Fast Break in Bernie, Missouri. Fresh food, lottery, gas, and more.
Fast Break.
And here we are back at the Malden High School Gymnasium. Let's recap. Set number one goes to Portageville, the number one seed in this Bootheel Conference tournament, but it was close, 25-20. You mentioned last time, Coach, that it took Malden a full set to get going, and it certainly didn't take them a full set to get going tonight.
It did not. Portageville came in leading the way with a bunch of kills at the very beginning, and then Malden realized, hey, we got to do the same. And they started doing. They gave Portageville just a little bit more of a fight. They're about halfway through this game. We saw Malden hitting the ball more, blocking the ball better, digging the ball, and causing Portageville to have to keep swinging. And Portageville is going to do the same here. They look like they have the same lineup coming out here. They are going to come out. They're not going to have any mercy, and I expect to see the same out of these girls here. It does look like, though, that Irby is starting the front row. I thought that number 9, Julianne Priggle, started the front row the last time, so maybe she's just flip-flopped them a little bit just to see if the blocking is different for Malden on the other side. Maybe someone does a better job blocking another girl or hitting with another girl.
All right, so we're excited to continue to bring you high school volleyball. This is our 12th and 13th matches of the year that you'll see tonight. So I'm pretty excited about that we've been able to put on, broadcast as many games as we have. We've got a football this weekend, or this Friday night. We'll be at New Madrid County Central for New Madrid versus Sykeston. And so we're excited about that tomorrow night. And then as we go along, we'll let you know what's coming up next week. We've got a couple volleyball games and another exciting football game.
And is football about to go into districts too?
Football and volleyball are both about to go into districts. And so that happens in the next couple of weeks. So good hit that time, but picked up by Portageville. Set to the outside to Higginbottom, blocked by Jackson again on that right side, on the right side. Good job on the block.
By Jackson, she can jump. She's not super tall, but man, she can jump.
Cameron Ellison back with the serve for the Green Wave, and that's 4 hits. So nice attempt there by the Green Wave, but not successful. Trover back in to serve for the Portageville Bulldogs.
I really can't decide if this is Portageville's strongest rotation in the front row. It seems like every time they rotate, they got a strong front row.
You're right about that. But I think it probably is, considering that 2 of their front row players have played a lot of varsity this year, so you'd expect that they'd probably be their strongest front row. But they've got solid hitters all the way around and solid blockers all the way around. So
I have also seen number 12, Lexi Priggle, the setter, come in and play a little bit of varsity.
Right.
The one night that they had several sick.
That's right. They had a couple of starters out sick when we had the Caruthersville game with them. So good strong hit by Higginbottom, but out. And so 2-2 here in set number 2.
Last set we saw Portageville come out with a stronger lead, 4-1, before Malden kind of settled down. So this is good.
Pickard with the deep serve, and Priggle tried to hit that down, but she was way off the net. I'm not sure she knew exactly where she was. Probably one of those had been better to just hit a free ball back over or set it back over deep.
She was being aggressive, though.
She was.
I love that part about it.
Pickard back to serve again. Another deep serve.
Perfect
Picked
pass.
Up. Nice pass and set. Higginbottom with a hit deep. Nice hit out of the back row that time by Cohen. She's really impressed me late in set number 1 and here in set number 2.
When I saw them the first time, she didn't have that great of a night, and boy, tonight she has stepped it up.
Pretty solid so far. Maggie Priggle with the hit back over. Picked up by Malden. Macy Goldsmith that time with the hit. So free ball back over. Let's see what the Portageville Bulldogs can do with that. Higginbottom with a push back over. Picked up a little out of system. Free ball back over. And Maggie Priggle with the hit. Picked up by Malden. Nice play again. Irby mistimed that a little bit, or that would have been a vicious hit, I think. Got to the middle, a nice play, hit right on the line by Jackson that time.
Well, I think Malden's finally learned that we got to pass that hit with this team.
That's right.
Portageville's got to find that one kill. They haven't had that kill yet. That kill that we saw the first set, right. The first part of that set.
And Irby had it on that overpass, but she just mistimed it, and so it wasn't what she wanted, and we'll set back over. That ball was really close to the net, so she set it back over. Nice pass that time. Set to the right side to Priggle. Nice job by Pickard chasing that ball down and getting to it. Another block by Jackson. And out long. Malden's excited. Their fans are excited. So Coach Kellums is not excited for Portageville, so she's going to call a timeout. We'll be back in 30 seconds as well. And we're back here at the Malden High School Gymnasium for Bootheel Conference Championship night. Recap set number 1 went to the Portageville Bulldogs. Number 1 seed, number 2 seed Malden Green Wave are leading here in set number 2, 6-2 right now. 4-point lead with the serve. And Pickard is back to serve for the Green Wave.
Coach Stearns took that timeout. She's hoping to calm her girls down, saying we got to get back to hitting, girls. Hit hard again. Here it comes.
Good pickup. Nice pickup by Malden that time. Cohen again. Set to the middle. There's Irby with the push to the left side. Free ball back over again. Lexi Priggle with the set and into the net and back for 4 contacts. Whoops.
So Hickenbottom, she is shorter, but she sure can jump too for Portageville. But she likes her sets on a little bit more, and that one was off. And I thought,
right. A little off the net,
on that one.
And she hit it right into the net.
Nice pass, though.
There's Maggie Priggle.
She finally got a little mad, you could tell.
Yep, she put that ball off hands and out of bounds. Really nice play that time.
Very nice. So now let's see what Juliana Priggle can do.
What the Priggles can do on the front row.
Do.
Irby with the serve for Malden. Set to the back row to Ellison. Picked up nicely by Malden. And there's Juliana Priggle in the middle. She's a solid player for sure.
If I was Malden, I would think they're going to set her as much as possible. As much as the pass will allow her to set the middle, they will set her.
Right. Back set again to Ellison.
Net.
And into the net that time. Priggle into the net trying to hit that ball.
That was set awful tight. And
it's tough to avoid the net in that situation.
And Lexi Priggle knew it.
Yeah.
So we got 3 Priggles right here.
I know, all together right in the front.
All together, love it.
One of them's in the back row, but she's setting, so she's up front. So Malone with the serve for the Green Wave. Picked up nicely, set over. Tough pass there, just free ball back over for Portageville. There's Cohen with another solid, strong hit off the rafters and picked up by Malden. Nice block that time by Juliana Priggle. She was an aggressive block on that particular ball.
Both teams didn't give up on that ball, and I love that about that.
Absolutely. Keegan Sanders back in to serve for the Portageville Bulldogs. Malden leading 8-5 here in set number 2. Coach Kellum still has that look of concern on her face. Down 3 points. Picked up free ball back over. Nice set to the middle, and Malden was into the net this time. Cohen going up for the block and got into the net. Wasn't going to matter. That ball was down, so.
I'm going to make a little fun of Coach Starnes down here. She chews that gum just a little harder when they're down. Hopefully her husband's listening to us on the Cotton Picker tonight. And all the Priggles are probably farming tonight, along with everyone else that's listening tonight.
Yeah, it might rain tomorrow. They got to get a lot of work done tonight. Set there to Maggie Priggle again. 2 contacts there by number 11. That was just defensive that time for Laura. She was just trying to avoid that ball hitting her, I think.
This is the most I've seen Maggie hit out here this side. She does a very good job on the strong side right now.
And that ball, a little service error there into the net and out of bounds. So 9-7 now for Malden.
And tonight, not many service errors from either team.
Not a lot, you're right.
And that's really strange on I don't want to say strange, but unusual.
On a championship night.
On championship night, nerves, especially for 14 and 15-year-old girls.
Absolutely right. Very impressed with the way they've handled that pressure tonight. Good hit by Priggle, picked up by Malden. Juliana Priggle with the tip over the net. Set to the outside or the right side.
Nice hustle, though, by Lexi Priggle.
Absolutely, but just couldn't get to the ball. That was Macy Goldsmith that time with the hit.
And Malden is actually using this right side hitting a lot more. I'm proud to see that for them, too.
They are.
That just means by the time they get to varsity, they're used to it.
Right. Laura back to serve again for the Green Wave. Free ball back over. Picked up by Malone. Free ball back over by the Green Wave this time. And Juliana Priggle with a hit off hands and down. Cohen up with the block, and it came off her hands and down.
Malden got caught standing up just a little bit that time.
Didn't cover the block quite as well as they had been. So Maggie Priggle with the serve for the Portageville Bulldogs. Big block there by Cohen on Arterbridge. Not much more exciting. I mean, a good strong hit is exciting, but a block, one-on-one block is pretty exciting, isn't it?
It changes that momentum. It gives you a, I don't know, this rush, this serve by Malden.
That was Mathis that time with the serve for Malden. So Juliana Priggle back to serve for the Portageville Bulldogs, down 11-9 here in set number 2. Hit by Sims, that time hit by Irby, who's back in the front row. Set to Arterbridge, and it was down, but Cohen for Malden was in the net again.
In the net.
But again, that ball was down, so it wouldn't have mattered, but that was the call. We got a junior Bulldog mascot tonight as well as the normal Bulldog mascot. Kind of fun to watch. And
no
out
touch.
and no touch. I was watching the line judge to make sure that she didn't catch a touch on that ball as it went by, because the Malden player reached for it but wasn't able to get it, and it was out. 12-10, Malden with the lead and the serve. Cohen back to serve. Nice low serve that time. That was a good location. Ellison with the hit, but the set was way behind her, and she did the best she could to recover it, but could not.
I'm so glad to see both these teams have come to play. It's not a blowout.
Oh, absolutely.
It's a JV. It's a great JV game, and it's a good game prior to this next big game we're about to.
You know, and it's two solid teams. I mean, they're both really good junior varsity teams. I mean, they make mistakes that junior varsity players make, but they are also quality players. You can see why neither team has lost a lot of matches this year. And there's Arterbridge up with the block. And it also tells you the quality of Gideon's junior varsity team, as they've beaten both these teams. And these are,
yes,
as I mentioned, very good junior varsity volleyball teams. So Portageville now has the lead. They've come back and for the first time in this set picked up a lead at 13-12. See if they can keep that going or if Malden can stop it. There's Arterbridge again, this time off hands and down, not able to cover the block by Malden.
Portageville's been on a run. Malden needs to, I look for a timeout here in a minute.
Lexi Priggle back to serve
Short
again.
serve.
And that was short. In front of the back row, over the front row, and there's your timeout, Coach. So we'll take a quick 30 seconds, and then we'll be back.
NextEra Energy Resources is the world's largest generator of renewable energy from the wind and sun, and a world leader in energy storage. Since 2016, NextEra Energy Resources has invested more than $339 million in Missouri to fuel local economic growth. Today, our company owns and operates one wind energy facility in the state and is looking to invest even more in the Show Me State. We are committed to being a trusted community partner and look forward to providing affordable, clean, renewable energy for generations of Missourians to come.
So we're back here at Malden High School Gymnasium. Portageville is on a little bit of a run here, about 7 points that they've put up real quickly here. Went from 12-10 to 15-12 pretty quick, 5 points straight. And so Lexi Priggle back to serve again for the Bulldogs. Picked up, set up, blocked, and picked up nicely by Portageville. Free ball back over. Set to the outside to Ellison. Set the ball back over to the middle to Priggle. Nice defense by both teams right now. Set to the outside, the right side to Arterbridge. Picked up by Cohen. had to play that ball. It was too close to not play, but not much she could do with it. She received it one-handed and just
the one thing I look at here, Malden looks just a little more winded and
a little tired.
And a little more tired.
Well, in that first set, they ran all over the court a lot.
That's right.
You're right.
They really had to work to earn all their points in that first set.
Nice hit that time by Jackson, but saved by the Bulldogs. Set to the middle to Irby, and that ball's down.
She hits so well.
She does.
I mean, that to me is a nice speed. It's a fast ball. It's not a hard hit. It's just a nice fast ball. No one knows what to do with that.
I mean, that's a solid hit for a varsity player.
Yes.
So she's playing against junior varsity players tonight. And there's that set to the middle again. Good pickup that time by the Green Wave. Irby's a strong blocker out of the middle as well.
She plays the net very well.
Outside to Hickenbottom that time, and that ball tipped the antenna, so out, and another point for the Portageville Bulldogs.
And their fans are gone wild.
Now it's 18-12, still on this run with Lexi Priggle serving. Good block that time by
good recovery from Malden.
Malden, amazing. I don't know how they kept that ball up. And then a good strong block that time by Jackson. She's had several nice solo blocks tonight.
She has. I haven't seen a JV team this year get blocked as much or use a block as much.
Right. They're all huffing and puffing a little bit on the Malden side, though. You're absolutely right about noticing that earlier. Set back over, picked up, set to the back that time by Priggle. And a back row hit by Ellison.
Push it out.
And then there's on the net again. Okay.
Malden needed that point.
They did, absolutely. That's 2 points to kind of slow things down a little bit.
And the benches are about the same. Malden has 10, Portageville has 11. Portageville uses more subs than Malden does, and that's a reason why also. But a lot of times I never like to play until I broke a good hard sweat either.
Sure, absolutely.
And she's going to return that one.
And it may be out. It would have been out, but good play. Better safe than sorry in that particular instance. And that's over. That blocked.
Wow.
Another strong block by Jackson in the middle of that Malden line.
But if you've noticed here, Portageville has not stopped hitting. They are still hitting and still hitting hard, and they're going to continue to hit.
So it's now 18-15. Malden on a little bit of a run. 3 quick points. Ellison with his serve again. Free ball back over. Barely got back over by Malden, but it did. And there's Hickenbottom with the hit.
Oh.
And there was Cohen again, diving in the back row, picked up but not able to be handled. That ball was hit a little farther into the net than they expected.
That was a great hit, though.
It was, absolutely.
Got Trover back to serve.
And that one hit the top of the net and down. So service error there late in the set. Those can come back to haunt you.
And she's an excellent server. Trover is.
So
that's kind of uncharacteristic of her.
Pickard back in for the Green Wave to serve for them at down 19-16. Set to the middle. Hickenbottom off the Jackson block. Picked up and set back over. Little bump set that time to Priggle. Outside to Laura. Picked up nicely. And there's Irby in the middle again.
And
Malden's in the net. Jackson was in the net that time. But again, a strong hit by Irby, and that ball was down.
Yes. Score is 20-16 right now for Portageville.
Irby back to serve. Nice strong deep serve and lack of communication between a couple of young ladies on the back row for Malden, and timeout for Malden. So we'll take a quick break and we'll be right back.
My name is Kevin Rossville. I'm a farmer from Prairie County, Arkansas. Been farming since 1991. Started farming with my father-in-law when I got married. We've been raising rice ever since. We've all been looking for something for a change for years. And I think this 263L is going to be the next and up-and-coming thing for us. It's really going to work well on a lot of different ground and a lot of different farms around here.
Dynagro 263L, available exclusively at Nutrient Ag Solutions.
And we're back here at the Bootheel Conference Championship Junior Varsity Division. We are at 21-16. Portageville leads, and Portageville has the serve. Taryn Irby with the serve for the Portageville Bulldogs. Free ball back over on the serve by Malden. Picked up, set to the middle to Priggle, who hits it, just taps it back over. Nice set that time to Jackson, but she was on top of that ball a little bit, not quite on top of the ball enough, and out long. So 22-16 now. Taryn Irby back to serve again for the Bulldogs. Chased down by Cohen. That young lady's been all over the court tonight, as many of the Malden players have been. Back row hit by Cameron Ellison again. Set to Priggle. Off the rafters. Will they be able to play it?
Oh, off her head.
Oh, but 4 hits.
4 hits.
If that ball had gone over off of her head, that would have been impressive, but it didn't quite make it over.
Malden would love a timeout. She is out of timeouts right now.
You're right. So
only thing she could do is sub, and her girls are right now playing hard.
23-16. Portageville with the lead. Hickenbottom with a tap over. Set to the back row.
One hand.
Hickenbottom able to get to that ball. I'm not exactly sure how, but she was able to. She hit that one in down, off hands and out of bounds, but down.
She does hit line a lot.
She does. So we're at match point. As you'll recall, junior varsity plays 2 out of 3 sets, so this is match point for the Portageville Bulldogs. Nice action back and forth. Laura on the back row and into the net for the final point of the match. So that'll do it for the first game for us tonight in Junior Varsity Championship. We're going to stay here so we can see the presentation of trophies, and then we'll take a quick break. So
the scores on that set 25-16. Malden Greenway receiving their second place trophy for the conference tournament.
And the Bootheel Conference regular season champions were ranked 6-0 in conference play. And the first place in the Bootheel Conference Championship tournament goes to Portageville Bulldogs.
Portageville receiving their Bootheel plaques for first place, both for season at 6-0 and for the tournament. I don't think they dropped a set in the tournament, so it's been a nice run for this junior varsity Bulldog team. I think they may have maybe another match or 2 next week, but then they'll be done. And but they've got a lot to be proud of for this season. So we're going to take a break, and then we'll be back in a few minutes for varsity volleyball action between the Portageville Bulldogs and the Senath-Hornersville Lions, the #1 seed in the tournament. So we'll be back in a few minutes for varsity action.
At Young Real Estate, we're Southeast Missouri, just like you.
We are parents.
We are teachers.
We are grandparents. We are active in our community.
We are patriots.
Serving all of Southeast Missouri, and we are here for you.
We are young.
At SEMO Health Network, we strive to provide caring and affordable health care while making our patients feel welcome in our warm and friendly atmosphere. With locations throughout Southeast Missouri, we provide medical, dental, OB, and behavioral health services to anyone and everyone that may need it. Visit SEMO Health Network for your wellness exams, COVID and flu vaccinations, lab services, dental exams, counseling, and more. For more information, visit our website and let SEMO Health Network take care of you.
When we look, we listen. When we evaluate, we understand. We get you to the right number without treating you like one. At Southeast Primary Care, we know your relationship with your doctor is one of the keys to get you better and keep you well. Our network of providers connects you to the brightest minds and latest technologies. It's a healthy relationship. Southeast Primary Care, always by your side.
Julep, pop 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 julep, pop 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 julep, pop 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 pop.
If more than not on the back of your vehicle, you paid too much.
Does your business need, literally anything? When we founded CNS Cleaning Supply, our goal was simple. Become a one-stop shop for anything and everything your operation might want. From car care to condiments, mops to markers, soaps to staplers, and everything in between. Which is a lot. CNS has got you covered. Give Delane Beckwith a call at 573-217-0104 or visit cscleaningsupply.com to get set up with, well, literally everything. Tell them Delane sent you.
First State Bank and Trust is more than just products and services. We're there for you for your first paycheck, buying a home, opening a small business, starting a family, or planning to retire, and everything in between. We're the local bank you know and trust for all of your financial needs. Visit fsbtrust.com or stop by your local First State Bank and Trust to explore all of your financial options. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
What First State Community Bank means to me is, it says it in its name, community.
We're family, we care about one another, whether it's in our SEMO markets or we can reach out to someone in Farmington, Columbia. They're always there to assist.
We are very customer focused. Our employees do a great job with listening to the customers.
The tellers know 100% of all customers by their name.
If you want to feel at home, then walk into the doors of First State Community Bank.
At Focus Bank, we understand your community because it's our community too. With branches across Southeast Missouri and Northeast Arkansas, Focus Bank offers services such as fraud protection, really free checking, and mobile banking that lets you bank simply and securely. Anytime, anywhere. Stop by any of our branches or visit us online to open an account today. Plus, you'll receive an awesome free gift just from opening your really free checking account. And when you refer someone who opens an account, you'll both receive a gift. Focus Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Mathis Funeral Home of Dexter and Bernie strives to provide their community with the accommodations and services needed to relieve your family during times of loss. For more information, give them a call and see how Mathis Funeral Home can help meet your expectations in celebrating your loved ones.
NextEra Energy Resources is the world's largest generator of renewable energy from the wind and sun, and a world leader in energy storage. Since 2016, NextEra Energy Resources has invested more than $339 million in Missouri to fuel local economic growth. Today, our company owns and operates one wind energy facility in the state and is looking to invest even more in the Show Me State. We are committed to being a trusted community partner and look forward to providing affordable, clean, renewable energy for generations of Missourians to come.
My name is Kevin Rossville. I'm a farmer from Prairie County, Arkansas. Been farming since 1991. Started farming with my father-in-law when I got married. We've been raising rice ever since. We've all been looking for something for a change for years. And I think this 263L is going to be the next and up-and-coming thing for us. It's really going to work well on a lot of different ground and a lot of different farms around here.
Dynagrow 263L, available exclusively at Nutrient Ag Solutions.
Fast break, cold beer, pork steak. Fast break, the best chicken in the whole state. Fast break, whoop doggies, I think I need a fast break. All right.
Fast Break in Bernie, Missouri. Fresh food, lottery, gas, and more.
Fast break.
Growing cotton in the Mid-South is hard work. As a farmer, you make tough decisions every day. Choosing a cotton variety shouldn't be one of them. Next-gen brand varieties from Americot are bred specifically for cotton growers like you. We're 100% independent and farmer-owned. Plant cotton that works as hard as you do. Americot. All we do is cotton, all the time.
At Young Real Estate, we're Southeast Missouri, just like you.
We are parents.
We are teachers.
We are grandparents.
We are active in our community.
We are patriots.
Serving all of Southeast Missouri, and we are here for you.
We are young.
At SEMO Health Network, we strive to provide caring and affordable health care while making our patients feel welcome in our warm and friendly atmosphere. With locations throughout Southeast Missouri, we provide medical, dental, OB, and behavioral health services to anyone and everyone that may need it. Visit SEMO Health Network for your wellness exams, COVID and flu vaccinations, lab services, dental exams, counseling, and more. For more information, visit our website and let SEMO Health Network take care of you.
When we look, we listen. When we evaluate, we understand. We get you to the right number without treating you like one. At Southeast Primary Care, we know your relationship with your doctor is one of the keys to get you better and keep you well. Our network of providers connects you to the brightest minds and latest technologies. It's a healthy relationship. Southeast Primary Care, always by your side.
If Marlin's not on the back of your vehicle, you paid too much.
Does your business need, literally anything? When we founded CNS Cleaning Supply, our goal was simple. Become a one-stop shop for anything and everything your operation might want. From car care to condiments, mops to markers, soaps to staplers, and everything in between. Which is a lot. CNS has got you covered. Give Delane Beckwith a call at 573-217-0104 or visit cscleaningsupply.com to get set up with, well, literally everything. Tell them Delane sent you.
First State Bank and Trust is more than just products and services. We're there for you for your first paycheck, buying a home, opening a small business, starting a family, or planning to retire, and everything in between. We're the local bank you know and trust for all of your financial needs. Visit fsbtrust.com or stop by your local First State Bank and Trust to explore all of your financial options. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
What First State Community Bank means to me is, it says it in its name, community.
We're family, we care about one another, whether it's in our SEMO markets or we can reach out to someone in Farmington, Columbia. They're always there to assist.
We are very customer focused. Our employees do a great job with listening to the customers.
The tellers know 100% of all customers by their name.
If you want to feel at home, then walk into the doors of First State Community Bank.
At Focus Bank, we understand your community because it's our community too. With branches across Southeast Missouri and Northeast Arkansas, Focus Bank offers services such as fraud protection, really free checking, and mobile banking that lets you bank simply and securely, anytime, anywhere. Stop by any of our branches or visit us online to open an account today. Plus, you'll receive an awesome free gift just from opening your really free checking account. And when you refer someone who opens an account, you'll both receive a gift. Focus Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Malden High School Gymnasium, where we are in the midst of championship night for the Bootheel Conference Tournament. In our opening match tonight in junior varsity action, the Portageville Bulldogs were able to defeat the Malden Green Wave 2-0. Those same Portageville Bulldogs will be playing varsity action now against the Senath-Hornersville Lions. So we're expecting a really good match tonight. Coach, what do we know about these two teams?
Well, right now, Portageville is probably sitting, I want to say, prettier than Senath, but Senath actually beat them in regular season. One of the first big games of the year. Senath has not lost at all in conference play, which is exceptional here. Right. And Portageville's only loss is there. I do think Portageville has played some tougher teams along the way when they went to the Clearwater tournament and things like that. Portageville has, I feel like, better height on the team, but Senath plays so smart and they play so aggressive. They don't let balls drop, and it's going to be a dogfight right now. I can tell it right now. And I'm looking right here at this Senath crowd. That is one thing I love when I go down to Senath. They do bring their kids, and I love seeing that, how they have the school support. And it's every time. I'm looking at maybe 50 kids here.
Yeah, probably so. It's very exciting, very exciting. I know they're going to be loud. You'll be able to see them once in a while as we pan toward the left side of your screen. We'll see the because I'm assuming they're going to be standing the whole night. So it's good to see them here, excited about their team. So you mentioned that Portageville seems to, at least on paper, looks better. They're 23-4-2 on the season. Senath-Hornersville just over 500 at 13-11-2. But I think Senath-Hornersville may have run through a little bit of a difficult stretch in the middle of the season. Portageville, we had them twice, and they had 2 losses the last couple weeks in games that we televised. One at home against Bernie, and then one on the road against Clarkton.
And both of those games were good games. They were competitive. Portageville just had some minor mistakes that cost them some points when you're playing other aggressive good teams such as Clarkton and Bernie.
But of their 4 losses, we've seen 2 of those just recently. So it'll be interesting to see how they bounce back from those and how they're able to play here in the championship game tonight. They will be minus a couple players that we saw, as we mentioned earlier. 2 of their junior varsity players have played quite a bit of varsity for this team, and they won't be playing tonight because they played in the junior varsity tournament. So we'll just see how that affects them. I mean, they may not have been their top 2 players, but they are part of their rotation, and it certainly changes the way you play a little bit. But they've had a couple of games this week to get used to playing with this particular team.
And those girls will move up come district time.
Right.
And
maybe a couple more off that team.
A couple more, that's true. Probably a couple more. Right now, I look at Portageville. They have the height. They have the hard serves right now. I mean, they're just going to come out here and give it all they got. I know they are. They have a great crowd as well. They're all in white tonight. And we're anxious to see the Bulldog come out as well.
That's right. So, Coach, you mentioned in the first game that one of your players was coaching.
Yes.
Former players was coaching from years ago. But you got one in this game, too. Coach Harris from the Senath-Hornersville Lions was one of your players as well, I believe.
Yes. So Coach Jennifer was out of my very, very, very first team that I ever coached at Risco. She was a sophomore then. And then I coached Laura, I always call her Watson, but Laura Harris now, at Holcomb for 3 years. And we're about to do the starting lineup, so we're going to get straight to that.
All right. So Jayla Weddington, Briley Adams. This is the Portageville Bulldogs starting lineup. Flo Farmer. Janiah Smith, number 13. Number 20, Mia Shearer. She's one of their setters. Number 24, Lainey Stone. We were impressed with her out of the middle. Starting lineup for the number 1 seed, Senath-Hornersville Lions. Wow, they're loud.
And the camera's going to be able to catch some of their kids.
Number 7, Jada Burleson. Number 3, Morgan Chandler. Number 17, Chloe Edmonston. Number 5, Luana Reyes. Number 2, Brennan Lane. Number 14, Lily Chandler. And the libero, number 8, Addie Lane. So a little difference in strategy here. The Senath-Hornersville does run a libero. Portageville does not. We've already had our national anthem tonight, so we're just ready to start this action.
So since I haven't seen Senath play in a while, they also have moved number 14, Lily Chandler, up. She's a freshman, so she has moved up to play this varsity tournament, and she has a sister named Morgan Chandler, so we have some Chandlers.
Yep, some Chandlers and some Lanes, and so the entire student section for Senath-Hornersville was lining the court for the introductions and to give everybody a high five. So if that doesn't get you excited as a player, seeing the support that you have from your fellow students, nothing will.
I did learn something new just a while ago. I was talking to the official here, Scott, and I got to think of Scott's last name. He's calling lines right now. He said, do you think they're going to go 3 sets or 3 out of 5, 2 out of 3 or 3 out of 5? And I said, well, I assume they're going 3 out of 5, and they are going 3 out of 5.
Okay.
But in a tournament, you can make that call.
Oh, okay.
And I didn't know that. That is something, I thought that was good and interesting.
Good information, that's right. So they are going to play 3 out of 5, and we'll note that the first time these two teams met, it did go 5 sets. So we'll see who's nervous, who's not. A good hit that time by Jayla Weddington. She looked like she was swinging very comfortably on that particular ball.
Yes. She has no fear when she goes up to swing.
And Shearer with a nice set right where she needed it. And Shearer back to serve for the Bulldogs. The ball was hit by Chloe Edmonston off the right side and down. Nice location with that particular hit. And then Edmonston's back to serve for the Lions. Set up for Weddington again. This time pushed it out wide.
She did see an opening, and it was smart. It was just long.
Yep, she did. She has good court awareness, good court vision. Oh, nice serve that time by Edmonston for an ace. Could not be picked up that time by Glow Farmer in the back row. Edmonston again to the back row. Deep serve that time. Free ball back over by the Bulldogs. Tipped over. And Weddington that time with the strong hit to the back row.
Just kind of a little tap down. She didn't rear back. She thought, well.
She's a solid player on the front row for these Portageville Bulldogs.
She is.
Good pick up that time. The outside to Burleson. And there was Weddington.
Again.
Saw the spot, took it on the second hit, and put it down for another kill. That's 3 kills and 3 points for her.
Senath is going to utilize Burleson, and Portageville knows that. That she is their strongest hitter right now in this front row, and they are going to utilize her.
So Portageville's going to need to put a block up on her for sure. That pass was right into the net. Brennan Lane could not handle that, or could not get it over the net.
And just like that, we're 4-3. Volleyball is a momentum game, and tide has turned right now.
Absolutely. Adams with the serve for the Bulldogs. Free ball back, not quite over. I thought it was going to be a free ball back over, but into the net instead. Another point for the Bulldogs. And now the Bulldog student section is up and excited. Adams with the serve again. Nice deep serve. Tough play. The libero Lane took that one off of her upper arm and wasn't able to control it very well. I think that ball must have moved a little bit on her as it got to her.
That was close.
I think Adams hit that the way she wanted to hit it, and that ball was out and no touch. Adams with a little bit of a run here. 4 nice serves in a row. Nice deep serve again, and not able to be handled by the Senath-Hornersville team. Coach Harris wants a timeout. We'll take 30 seconds of a timeout with them. We'll be right back.
When we look, we listen. When we evaluate, we understand. We get you to the right number without treating you like one. At Southeast Primary Care, we know your relationship with your doctor is one of the keys to get you better and keep you well. Our network of providers connects you to the brightest minds and latest technologies. It's a healthy relationship. Southeast Primary Care, always by your side.
Oh, swipe.
And we're back. We're back at the Malden High School Gymnasium for varsity championship action. The Bulldogs are up 8-3. Adams with another serve for the Bulldogs. She's on a little run. Weddington on the second hit and puts it in the perfect location, back of the line for another kill.
Weddington has had 4 kills here. She's the only one that has had kills here for Portageville, and she is excited. She brings the energy to this team every time. Even when they're down, she brings the energy.
And she brings energy. That's served long by Adams. But even when she comes out, she grabs that stuffed bear fairy that she keeps on the
Sitting
bench
by himself right now.
I know. When she comes over, he'll be sitting in her lap, and so she gets excited every time she comes out. Nice hit out of the middle, but unfortunately into the net by Glow Farmer that time. Tipped the top of the net with her hands. So it's 9-5.
I think she said, I didn't do it, Coach. I didn't touch it.
This is Reyes back to serve for the Senath-Hornersville Lions. Farmer with the free ball back over. And there's Lane in the middle. Pushed it back over for Farmer. Finds a spot that time. That time she didn't go up and pound that ball. She just tipped it to the back row, and there was no one there to receive it.
Senath-Hornersville's got to start hitting the ball right now. If they want to score some points on this team, they got to get aggressive. Make it harder for Portageville to get a pass set hit.
Smith back to serve for the Bulldogs. Another free ball back over by Senath-Hornersville. And that was Stone out of the middle that time with a strong hit. Picked up, but just couldn't be handled by the Lions that time. Janiah Smith back to serve again, up 11-5 here in set number 1. Picked up tough pass, free ball back over again. Let's see what Portageville can do with it. Good pickup that time by Lane, the libero. Free ball back over again, though. Stone in the middle. Picked up by the Senath-Hornersville defense. Outside to Lily Chandler.
No touch.
And no touch. So hit long and out. Point for Portageville, 12-5 now with Smith back to serve. So to the middle to Stone, picked up by the Lions. Burleson with the hit back over, and there's Farmer again, but that time she hits it out. Tried to cut it too much on the line and hit it out.
Saw her opening, and it just didn't fall for her. Chandler up here in the front row, she's giving them all they got right now. The freshman. Error serve.
Brennan Lane with the serve out. Substitutions here there goes Weddington out. Nobody to shake hands with over there, but there's her bear.
I have just now noticed it's just going to be them two coming in and out. That's
right, because
since the sophomores and the freshmen aren't.
That's right, since they don't have as many players on the bench tonight. So there's Farmer.
Not a problem.
And they did call her in the net, so I guess the up referee called that one.
Somebody was in the net.
Right. So Burleson with the serve for the Lions. Set by Larry is back in to set for the Portageville Bulldogs now. Aaliyah Larry.
Aaliyah. And Liza Priggle is back in to hit, and she's hitting right now, strong side.
Set up to the middle to Chloe Edmonston, but not able to get it over the net, hit it into the net. So it's now 14-8, Portageville Bulldogs lead with Glow Farmer back to serve for the Bulldogs. Set to the outside to Edmonston again, off hands and down.
That's 2 kills for Senath tonight.
So Addie Lane, the libero, back to serve for the Lions. Nice short serve. Didn't know if it was going to clear the net, but it did. But could not be handled after it came back over by the Bulldogs. The Bulldogs handled it to serve, and the Lions could not. So 15-9 now with Stone back to serve. There's Edmonston again, that time with Smith. Janiyah Smith just stayed up there, reached out and put that ball down.
She did that with one hand.
She did.
And I think it was a last-minute decision.
Delaney Stone back to serve again, 16-9 with the lead for the Portageville Bulldogs. There's Edmonston again, and Smith with a solo block, strong block that time, right up.
Got timeout.
Coach Harris is going to take her second and final timeout of set number 1. We'll take a break with her. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
SEMO Health Network, we strive to provide caring and affordable health care while making our patients feel welcome in our warm and friendly atmosphere. With locations throughout Southeast Missouri, we provide medical, dental, OB, and behavioral health services to anyone and everyone that may need it. Visit SEMO Health Network for your wellness exams, COVID and flu vaccinations, lab services, dental exams, counseling, and more. For more information, visit our website and let SEMO Health Network take care of you.
And we're back here at the Malden High School Gymnasium. Set number 1 of Varsity Championship action. Portageville on another run, up 17-9 now. Coach Harris was very demonstrative in that particular timeout to her Senath-Hornersville Lions. We'll see if that stirs them up, gets them going here in set number 1. Coming out, you like to get a point, but that ball was set to the back row, hit long by Jada Burleson.
This set so far, Portageville has just dominated so far.
Laney Stone with the serve again. Good pickup that time by Farmer in the back row. It was Larry with the, no, that was Adams with the serve, with the hit. Larry with the set to the middle to Smith, and Smith puts it down. The Bulldogs are loose right now. They're up 19-9. They're feeling pretty good about it. But what we recall is that in the first time these two teams met, the team that won the first 2 sets did not win the second 2 sets, the third and fourth set. So you never know how these games are going to go. So
and the scores were just like this. They were up and down.
They sure were.
I expect to see if Senath doesn't make it out of this set right here, a different team for Senath. Got a net violation.
Number 1 was in the net. That's Liza Priggle.
Oh, under the net.
Under the net, yep. Because I guess the up referee was watching the net and didn't see anybody in the net. But
the up referee's job is to watch everything from the net up, and the down officials watch from the net down.
And that's what she did. So free ball back over for Portageville. Edmonston again with the hit. There's Laney Stone coming up with the free ball back over.
Prickel had the save on that one.
Edmonston to the middle. Set this time to Adams on the outside. She hit that ball left-handed. There's Edmonston again. This time it's in. Right on the line. You couldn't have gone back there and laid that ball on the line and been much closer.
That's right. And I am so thankful for these officials that are here this game especially.
Absolutely.
Because if a child had to call that or another player, it just wouldn't have been
tough.
good.
That's right. That was Morgan Chandler with the serve for the Senath-Hornersville Lions. Now she sets to Edmonston again, but pushed it over. Larry with the set to Smith, pounded by Smith, but picked up nicely that time by Reyes.
And Priggle with the error on that one.
So Morgan Chandler back to serve again.
Nice serve. And call 2.
Call double hit that time. 2 contacts on the setter. We don't see that a lot, but we do see it some, and that she knew it. She tapped herself in the chest, said that was my fault. And out of rotation. They rotated early. Is that what happened? Or
she is leaving too soon, or she's not on the right side of somebody.
Coach said, tell me what it was, and she certainly wasn't happy when she found out what had happened. So, all right, so that's a point for Senath. There's Larry with that ball hit the rafter as it was coming across, but she handled it well.
Nice pass out of Senath.
Edmondson couldn't get that one, hit that one back over, just tapped it over. There's Adams again. Nice pickup and down. Oh, and into the net that time. He called Reyes into the net that time. So Shear's back in. She'll be setting now and serving for the Portageville Bulldogs at 21-14.
And Weddington is too, and she is excited to be in.
Weddington's back in on the front row and fired up, ready to hit a ball.
I'm surprised to see Portageville single block on that one, and then
lack of communication back here between Weddington and Farmer that time. Weddington may be a little over anxious.
Amy, that's what I'm right to start right now. This, yes.
Yep. Oh my! There she goes after the ball again, and
Senath needs to use this.
Yep. Picked up by Shear. Hit
Good
back
hustle.
over. Nice hustle by Stone that time to get that ball back in. And there's Smith up with the block. She's a blocking machine up there on the front row right now. Outside to Weddington, and she put that one down in the spot.
Not one of her hardest hits, but it was perfect.
Right where it needed to be. 22-15, the
Senath really needed to keep that serve that time, especially at the score right now. Very crucial.
Adams back to serve for the Bulldogs now.
Oh.
I don't know how Weddington stayed up there. I mean, she came down and went back up, but that was as quick as you could be to get back up and tip that ball.
That's just her athleticism right now.
Yep. So 23-15 now, the Bulldogs with the lead and the serve. Adams back to serve again. Briley Adams for the Bulldogs. Set was way too close to the net. Not much that Brennan Lane could do with that. So it's set point here, 24-15. Bulldogs lead. Adams with the serve. Just cleared the net. Picked up. Hit over by Burleson that time, and there's Farmer on the outside that time. She hit that ball as well as she hitting the ball all night. So, and that's the way we end set number one. So 25-15, set number one. We'll be back in about a minute.
Growing cotton in the Mid-South is hard work. As a farmer, you make tough decisions every day. Choosing a cotton variety shouldn't be one of them. Next-gen brand varieties from Americot are bred specifically for cotton growers like you. We're 100% independent and farmer-owned. Plant cotton that works as hard as you do. Americot. All we do is cotton, all the time.
And we're back here at the Malden High School Gymnasium for Varsity Bootheel Conference Championship action. The Portageville Bulldogs take set number one, 25-15. We'll see what the coaches were able to share with their players during that break. Coach, what does this Senath-Hornersville Lions team need to do to turn this around and win this second set?
Well, you know, you and I were just talking, and sometimes in a set, you just need to say, we need to get through this set. We need to reset, rethink, 0-0 score again, start fresh again, and go with it. That's what they're going to have to shut this team down, and they're going to have a hard time doing it single blocking.
Right.
And this team here, Portageville, is going to need not to make some uncharacteristic mistakes.
Yep.
And especially if we want to look forward into postseason.
Right.
The teams that they're going to come up against in postseason are going to be very
everybody's
tough.
going to be ready at postseason
That's
time
right.
and state playoff time. Shearer with a little tip over the net, picked up, and not a good play that time defensively by the Portageville Bulldogs. So that's 2-0.
Yeah, two very uncharacteristic errors. They didn't even go for it.
Sometimes that happens after you win kind of big, and you kind of lose your focus a little bit. Weddington there hitting the ball into the net. So kind of 3 errors in a row for the Bulldogs here starting set number 2.
But now starting set number 1, kind of the same way a while ago with Portageville coming out a little flat.
Setting to Glow Farmer in the back row. Picked up nicely, but not able to be hit over the net by the Senath-Hornersville Lions. You mentioned postseason play. I mean, this is obviously postseason, but you mentioned state playoffs. These two teams could potentially, this could be a preview of the district championship game. These two teams are the 1 and 2 seed, the same way they are seeded here, with Senath-Hornersville being the 1. And there's Smith with a strong hit from the right side.
Strong hit off a back.
And Portageville being the number 2 seed in the district, that's Class 2 District 1, which will be also played right here in this gymnasium.
Right here. Very good practice for both of these teams.
And that starts the end of next week. So it'll be interesting to see how that all plays out. There's a good hit off of Shear's hands and out of bounds. So it's 4-2 Malden, or Senath-Hornersville now. With Reyes back to serve for the Lions. Nice deep serve that time. Picked up, set to the back row to Stone, and she hits it wide. Another point for the Senath-Hornersville Lions.
What I'm seeing with this Portageville team that we've had not seen in the past when they played Bernie and Clarkton is they seem to be a little more focused right now.
And there's Farmer with a strong hit off hands and out of bounds. So 5-3 now. Senath-Hornersville with the lead. You mentioned that in the first meeting between these two teams, Senath-Hornersville won the first set, much like this one. They won it 25-14. The second set was much closer. It was 25-23, with Senath winning that one as well.
And that
was out.
Barely.
And then Portageville was able to come back and win the next two, actually 25-10, 25-12, which is very surprising that those sets were all that far apart. And then 15-12 in the fifth set. So we'll see how the rest of this action plays out. Smith a little nonchalant on that hit out of the back row and just hit it right into the bottom of the net.
So the passes have not been the best for Portageville right now.
And rotation again. This time Shearer, the setter. Apparently one of them moved a little quickly, either Stone or Shearer. And the pass, the serve receive hit back overpass and down out of bounds. For another point for Senath-Hornersville.
I'll look for one more, and we have a timeout from Portageville coming.
So Shearer with the set outside to Weddington. Nice pickup that time by Brennan Lane.
Smart play.
Hit it to the back and into the net. Stone couldn't do anything with that. We're looking at Coach Kellums to see if she's going to call a timeout. She's not. She's going to let them play a little bit. It's 10-3 now. Senath-Hornersville with a sizable lead, up by 7 points. No way to get that ball back over. Now a timeout.
Now.
So 11-3, she takes the timeout. We'll take a break with them. It is 11-3 Senath-Hornersville.
Julep, julep, julep,
If more than not on the back of your vehicle, you paid too much.
And we're back here at the Malden High School Gymnasium. 11-3, Senath-Hornersville with the lead. And there's Weddington, picked up by Lane. Let's pick up that time by Shear. Free ball back over, set to the middle to Burleson. Good pick up by Shear that time. Shear with the set to Farmer. Good idea by Weddington that time. Could not.
Wow.
Nice save there by Morgan Chandler. But then hit back over by the Bulldogs and not able to be handled by the Lions defense. So 11-4, they were able to stop the bleeding, so to speak, with that timeout. It was Lily Chandler with the hit that time in the front row. Farmer with the hit back and picked up nicely by Senath-Hornersville.
Oh.
Stone should have hit that ball over the net. It was really close to the net. She probably should have just hit that ball on over. She was trying to save it and let somebody else have a chance to hit it, but it's just too close to the net. Set to the middle to Stone. That time she couldn't do anything with that, but just push it to the back.
Same for Senath.
And then she was in the net, and I think she knew it when she swung. It was Chloe Edmonston.
And she wanted that one so bad, you could tell.
Another one of those overpasses. You know, that middle hitter, there's nothing better for a middle hitter than to see that ball come back across the net to you. Edmonston says, give it back to me, and this time
she did.
No way for Portageville to pick that up. So nice hit by Chloe Edmonston, and not able to be chased down by the Portageville Bulldogs. So 13-5 now. Senath-Hornersville with the lead. Addie Lane back to serve, the libero back to serve for the Lions. There it was again. Edmonston just tipped that one back over. She didn't take a full swing that time.
Oh, and Nanette was her friend that time, and she was proud for that.
Morgan Chandler set that ball right down the line and hit the net, rolled down the line of the net, and fell over and down for a point.
I think she was just as surprised as we were.
I think so, too. Lane with the serve again. This time Stone with the hit. Picked up by Lane. Larry with the set outside to Adams, and Adams with the hit. Nice location that time.
That's right. Senath has a big hole right now, and Portageville's using that. They got to come in just a little bit to cover that.
Yep. So 14-6 now with Laney Stone back to serve for the Bulldogs. Set to the middle to Edmonston. Net kind of blocked her a little bit. I think Larry thought that Stone was a little closer to her than that on that play.
I think so. You know, just some odd balls coming at Portageville right now that they're having a hard time figuring out.
So it's 15-6 now. There's Adams with a hit. Nicely played by the Senath-Hornersville Lions. Smith hits it, and it's out, long and wide. She was shooting for that back right corner and could not hit it.
So in this set, Portageville has just error after error after error.
Some of those have been because of good hits by the Senath-Hornersville Lions, but just like that, there's another hit into the net by Liza Priggle that time.
And they look a little frustrated right now.
And Morgan Chandler back to serve again for the Senath-Hornersville Lions. Nice short serve. And played off of Farmer's hands and out of bounds. So another timeout here. Coach Kellum's going to talk it over. She's not too happy. She's using her second and final timeout of the set. So we'll take 30 seconds. We'll be right back. And we're back here at the Malden High School Gymnasium. Set number 2 of the Varsity Championship game for the Bootheel Conference Tournament. The Senath-Hornersville Lions, who lost set number 1, are leading big here in set number 2, 18-6 right now with the serve. And it's Morgan Chandler back to serve for the Senath-Hornersville Lions. Free ball back over out of that set, out of that timeout. You'd like to see more than that if you're Coach Kellums. Set by Smith. Priggle hits that one to the back and picked up by the Lions. Edmondson with the set back over the net. Back into system there. Edmondson with the free ball back over. Larry with the set to the middle to Smith. That's what they needed right there. That ball was hit hard off of lane and out of bounds.
Portageville has got to get back into that hitting hard and not just seen. It's a very good defensive team. They can pick the slower hits up, the softer hits up,
right.
But putting it straight down, it's just hard to do. Let's see what Portageville got right now.
So there's the set to the back row for Burleson.
Tight.
And bad pass, real close to the net, as you said, and down. Could not be handled by Shearer that time.
Well, it's a race to 20, and Senath has it.
Senath won the race to 20, but for sure.
It's not impossible for Portageville to come back, but it's going to be tough right now.
It's tough. That's a lot of points. And that was a really nice serve that time by Chloe Edmondson. Farmer wasn't able to handle it.
And Portageville hasn't been able to get the kill off the serve this set like they did the first set.
Right.
And that can't happen either right now. Even though you got this great lead, that cannot happen for Senath to miss a serve.
Right. Edmondson with the serve into the net. 21-8. Lots of points to make up. So looks like this is the opposite of set number 1. And there's Smith up with the block.
She's just outsized.
Absolutely. Smith just a solid force in the middle of that front row for the Portageville Bulldogs. Adams with the serve for Portageville. And that's out. Weddington that time with a big block on the Burleson hit.
She is right now showing her leadership skills right now. She is encouraging and saying, let's go, girls, we got this. Even with the score was what it is.
Right. Well, I mean, you've got to play at least 2 more, so they want to make sure that they've got some excitement moving forward. That ball was hit long by Smith. So another point for the Senath-Hornersville Lions.
She was set back a little bit, not like what she likes it. She likes it closer to the net.
She had to reach back for it and hit it long. So that was Reyes with the serve for the Lions. Picked up nicely. Lily Chandler gets that into the net, but rolls over and down. Lily Chandler, the freshman on this team.
The sisters out here, what I do know about the 2 sisters out here, Lily and Morgan. Lily is a ball of fire, and Morgan's real passive and quiet. So it's always interesting to see those interesting characteristics come out in these girls.
Looks like the up referee overruled the line judge on that one. He said it was in, she said it was out. Yep. So he's got the final call.
He does.
So a point for the Portageville Bulldogs now. Still hanging on. Smith with a nice serve and a little lack of communication there between Chloe Edmondson and Andy Lane there for the Senath-Hornersville Lions.
From our point, we cannot see Coach Harris.
Nope.
So I can't see her reactions here.
So, Coach, if you've got if the ball's hit in the general area of your libero, do you expect your libero to take that ball?
I expect her to take it every time.
I think Coach Steve Byler the other day said, I put a different color shirt on her for a reason.
That's
so
right.
I think you want her to cover as much as she can in that back row. Short serve that time by Smith, picked up by Edmonston. The set back to Weddington. Weddington thought she had a spot, but there was Chandler. And then Laney Stone out of the middle to put that ball down. So Portageville's still excited, even though they're still down by 9 and a long ways from coming back in this set. But, getting to 14 certainly changes their feeling about the success of this set.
It does.
There's Weddington, picked up again by Senath-Hornersville. Nice hit that time by Burleson out of the front row.
Game point right now.
Game point here in set number 2. 24-14, tipped the top of the net, and the serve receive was hit out by the Portageville Bulldogs. So 25-14, just a total opposite almost of set number 1. So it's interesting how these two teams match up. So we'll be back in about a minute, and we'll recap set number 1.
Pork steak, fast break, the best chicken in the whole state. Fast break, whoop doggies, I think I need a fast break. Alright.
Fast Break in Bernie, Missouri. Fresh food, lottery, gas, and more.
Fast break.
And we're back here in the Malden High School Gymnasium for set number 3. Pretty amazing difference between set number 1 and set number 2.
We just saw 2 completely different teams.
Absolutely.
And this is what we have with girls volleyball.
Absolutely. So that's astonishing how that happened, but it's very similar to to match number 1 that they played. But it was 2 sets to Senath-Hornersville, then 2 sets to Portageville. This one is back and forth, 1 set to 1 set. So it'll be interesting to see what happens here in set number 3. I mean, there's not a lot you can say as a coach Coach Kellum says, let's play like we played in set number 1, and Coach Harris says, let's play like we just played.
Yes. They just gave Senath the boost that they needed.
They did,
after
absolutely.
that first set.
Yeah, if they'd come out and won that second set, it would have been a challenge for them to turn it around like Portageville did the first time through. So point number 1 is on a hitting error by Senath-Hornersville. Shearer back to serve for the Bulldogs. Set way close to the net. Picked up by Shearer. Pass close to the net, and nothing that Adams could do to save that one. The first time we saw this Portageville team, they played with 2 setters like they have tonight. The second time we saw him was Weddington with just a miss hit there, just a lack of focus on that particular play. The second time we saw them when they played Clarkton, they just had 1 setter. They ran a 5-1, and so we were kind of interested in what they would run tonight. They're back to their more traditional 6-2.
The one they've had the most success off of.
And been much more successful. I think you're right. Good pick up there by Shearer. Adams with the set to Weddington, and Weddington puts it in a nice location. Not able to be handled by Chloe Edmondson that time. We mentioned Shearer is one of their leaders. She's their setter. But she's just a sophomore also. I mean, this is a fairly young team, even the ones who are playing. Glow Farmer's a sophomore.
We're back to only three seniors.
Right.
And losing 3 seniors for next year, and then all those freshmen from the JV team.
Absolutely.
So it looks very promising for Portageville in the future here.
No doubt.
A good hit.
Really good hit that time.
Portageville's going to have to get either the double block out there or something else that Senath is not used to seeing right now. Senath can handle 1 block, but Senath cannot handle the 2. And that's kind of what we saw the first set. So,
right. And they're not used to that. They don't see it that often with the teams that they play generally. Even the teams in this conference, for the most part, don't use 2 blockers very often. Not a good receive there by Stone. Tried to hit it above her head. And
the next thing I've seen off of Senath in the second set mainly is that they're pushing everything over to their setter, to Portageville's setter, trying to take Portageville out of system.
And they've been very successful with that.
They have been, and it has worked.
Because Portageville does not respond nearly as well when their setter takes the first receive. That's smart on Coach Harris's part. She recognizes that.
Yes.
And out. So a good serve that time by Smith.
Well, I like this game. It's 4-4. I like a good close game.
I agree. Much closer than either of the first two. We'll see if that trend holds. Free ball back over by the Lions. Set outside to Weddington. She pushes it over, picked up by Brennan Lane. Burleson that time with the hit. There's Farmer on the outside. And Burleson called for a lift, but it was in the net anyway. So
Burleson, even though she's not as tall as some of these other girls, she can sky. She can jump, and she hangs up in there.
Right.
And she is so smart. She's been playing varsity for a while.
And there she is, finding that opening. Good swing that time.
And she's not as showy as some of these girls from Portageville, but it seems to find its way down, and she seems to get around the block, which is what you want.
Absolutely. That ball wasn't hit with a significant pace, but it was hit with enough pace to find the floor, and that's what you want. There's Smith. They hit it right to Shear, but Smith took the first receive that time. Stone with a very, very heady play there to get that ball back over.
Oh, under.
And they called 14 in the net.
She was
under the net. But she also got the ball hit down on top of her head. So, all right. So Larry's back in. Leah Larry's back in to serve for the and set for the Bulldogs. Very nice set. She's not a very emotional player. She's very calm, very even keel. She's a senior on this team, and she's able to kind of keep things under control.
Her dad was Jimmy Larry, and he was an amazing basketball and football player for Portageville in his day and time.
Nice, another nice serve that time. May have been a little bit long, but one of those where you've got to play it because it's too close to take, especially if it lands on the court.
Coach Harris, I just seen her lean in, tell her to get the pass, calm down, let's get the side out. She don't want to use her timeout just yet.
And that ball barely cleared the net, but it did. And there's Burleson with the hit back over. Larry with the set out here to Farmer, and Farmer finds the spot. That ball didn't have any pace on it at all. She just tipped it right to the back row, and defense was not there for it.
In number 2, Lane, I think she just thought it was going out.
I think that's probably right, and that one is going out. Larry hit that ball very long.
So Senath comes in here with 6 seniors that have been playing together for a long time, and it shows. They don't let a whole lot drop.
Called 2 contacts there on Larry. She knew it. She accepts responsibility as the senior leader and says that was on me.
0-2.
And a double contact again. So the Senath-Hornersville Lions student section very excited down here right now, trying to motivate their teammates or their classmates to get fired up. And there's Lily Chandler with a hit but long and out point for the Bulldogs. 11-8 now, Bulldogs with the lead. Flo Farmer back to serve for the Bulldogs.
Way to hustle.
Good hustle by Burleson there to track that ball down. Oh, nice pickup. A couple of really nice plays there by the Lanes. Adams hit that ball hard, but picked up again nicely by Senath-Hornersville. And Larry sets it back, and it was out.
That was a great rally because 2 times I thought the ball was down.
Yep.
And I'm telling you, I have played Senath many a time, and you just can't get the ball to drop.
That's what happens when you've got a strong defensive team that can make those plays. And Reyes that time hits the ball into the net. Sometimes it's better to just set that ball over than to try to swing away when you're that close or that far off, actually, in that particular instance. Nice pickup. Good play that time by Burleson to be smart and hit that ball back over. There's Edmonston on the front row playing large in the front row.
And Aaliyah Larry, she just couldn't do anything. She's back row. She couldn't jump.
Right, she can't jump.
She was stuck.
Yeah. I mean, she knew she couldn't, so she stayed on the floor. Morgan Chandler with the service error, served out of bounds. Substitutions again for the Portageville Bulldogs. Shear back in as well as Weddington on the front row.
Let's see what they bring to the plate.
Picked up by Addie Lane. Free ball back over by Brennan Lane. Set up in the middle to Smith. Good pickup by the libero Lane there. Stone with the receive. Set to the middle to Smith. Off hands, off Chloe Edmondson's block and out of bounds. Good try. Not much you could do about that. She hit that ball really hard.
The libero was there. She was there. She has actually had a great game back here. She has made some fabulous saves.
She has. She saved it for them a lot tonight. Set to the outside to Lane, who pushes it back over. There's Weddington, and that ball was down.
And that was...
Senath wanted a error in the net, but she was not in the net. She hit that ball really well. Coach Harris takes the timeout. We'll take 30 seconds with her, and we'll be right back. Welcome back here to the Malden High School Gymnasium, set number 3, where we split the first 2 sets. Now Portageville with the serve is up 15-10 here in set number 3 over the Senath-Hornersville Lions. Shear back with the serve, picked up by the Bulldogs. Brennan Lane hits it back over. Set to the middle to Smith, who tips it left and puts it down. Lane couldn't get there to cover that. Very good court vision that time by Smith. She knew nobody was in that spot. Shear again with the serve. Set to the outside to Edmonston. Tipped off the block and down. Nice location.
It's like her fingers were just wrong that time.
Right.
They weren't open and big.
Set to Smith. Nice pickup by the Bulldogs.
And the Bulldogs are on the floor a lot, it seems like, right now.
Right. And it took them a second to get up that time. I was a little concerned that they were not going to be in position, but they were.
Kept it in play.
Nice free ball there to get it back. Free ball to the back row, give them a chance to set up. There's Farmer with a hit out of the back row and good location. Very confusion, a lot of confusion there.
A lot, but the 2 hitters in the front row did their job. They drew the block, let Farmer come up here out of that back row, and she just put it away.
Well, and that ball was really set where a front row hitter could have hit it. She just jumped far enough that she was able to hit it.
She leaned.
It's nice to have her able to do that from the back row. And there's Farmer with a strong hit. It doesn't hit. It didn't hit the rafter. I thought it was going to. Weddington was watching it all the way, and she put that ball down hard.
She followed it.
She was watching the rafters like we were, but she was prepared to hit it. So Adams back to serve for the Bulldogs. Set to the outside to Farmer again, and pounded down. 19-11 now, the Portageville Bulldogs with the lead. A lot more energy, a lot more strong hits this set for these Bulldogs.
This is the Portageville team that we're used to seeing right now.
Well, it's really what we saw in set number 1 as well.
Weddington's in the net.
Weddington was under the net or in the net. So Reyes back to serve for the Lions. And serve picked up. Bump set to the middle for Smith. That was
barely.
Almost dangerous for Smith there. She came down on somebody's foot. They were both under the net and could have easily been a knee or ankle injury. She's very fortunate that she's able to walk away from that. 20-12 now. Bulldogs won the race to 20 this time. We'll see what happens on the way to 25. Picked up back set to Weddington. Picked up by the Lions. Nice hit that time by Jada Burleson and down in the back corner.
Portageville just got sucked up a little bit that time. Didn't stay back.
I don't know where you are and where the court coverage is. So Brennan Lane back to serve for the Lions. Nice recovery by Shear, but she hit it straight up and then she stood up and she was in the way of the play. She didn't know where it went. But nobody else could play the ball. So Lane with the serve again. Nice serve. That ball was tough to handle for Adams back there, but Smith hit it and got it down for another kill for Smith. Substitutions.
Same as the second, and now the third.
I know. 21-14 now here in set number 3. The Bulldogs have flipped the script for the second time and are now leading 21-14 here in set number 3. Nice strong serve there by Larry.
2.
And a double contact by Larry. She's frustrated with herself. That's about the third of those that she's had tonight, and I know she.
And so now it's in her head.
Right.
Now it's it's in her head now.
Nice serve that time by Jada Burleson right in front of Adams trying to cover that back row.
We have seen from both teams so much good serving tonight. Both teams.
Absolutely. And there it is again, the same spot.
Same spot.
Timeout. Coach Kellums wants to talk it over. We'll stay here through this timeout. We're gonna talk a little bit about where we're at. It's 21-17 here in set number 3. The Bulldogs lead. It's not unheard of that the Senath-Hornersville Lions could come back from this it's only a 4-point deficit right now. What do you think, Coach?
I think if Portageville doesn't get this serve right now and get to 22 or 23, I think Senath could actually come back and get this. It's all about this visual up here. A lot of it is, and especially in a big game like right now. And whether we can keep our nerve, whether we can make smart decisions and talk and not get some communications.
It's very mental and emotional right now. So it's 21-17. Senath-Hornersville has the serve. Portageville has the lead.
I was proud Coach Kellums took the full timeout.
Right, she sure did. She actually tipped over. Okay, so Senath-Hornersville resetting. There's Edmonston in the middle. And that ball's going over. Edmonston in the middle again. That time off the block. Lainey Stone's blocking out of bounds.
Hey, Lainey Stone's a great player right now. She struggles with some knees and things like that, but she has some long arms.
So Smith with the pass into the middle for Stone, and she put that ball down. So there's 22-18 now for the Portageville Bulldogs. Glow Farmer back to serve for the Bulldogs. Farmer with a strong serve, picked up by the Lions. Lily Chandler with a hit and long and out of bounds. She's frustrated with herself on that one. She just did not get over the top of that ball at all. So Farmer back to serve for the Bulldogs at 23-18.
2.
And a double contact. Coach, you saw it?
Mm-hmm.
A lot of times, and for our viewers at home, a lot of times the referee will see that when the ball comes out with a particular rotation, more rotation than it should if you hit it even with both hands.
And she's going to pass bump set it now. She's a little
A little nervous about that, especially at set point. And that's the set. So that's set number 3 goes to the Portageville Bulldogs, 25-18. So now Portageville leads 2-1. We will be back in about a minute for set number 4.
NextEra Energy Resources is the world's largest generator of renewable energy from the wind and sun and a world leader in energy storage. Since 2016, NextEra Energy Resources has invested more than $339 million in Missouri to fuel local economic growth. Today, our company owns and operates one wind energy facility in the state and is looking to invest even more in the Show Me State. We are committed to being a trusted community partner and look forward to providing affordable, clean, renewable energy for generations of Missourians to come.
My name is Kevin Rossville. I'm a farmer from Prairie County, Arkansas. Been farming since 1991. Started farming with my father-in-law when I got married. We've been raising rice ever since. We've all been looking for something for a change for years. And I think this 263L is going to be the next and up-and-coming thing for us. It's really going to work well on a lot of different ground and a lot of different farms around here.
Dynagro 263L, available exclusively at Nutrient Ag Solutions.
And we're back here in the Malden High School Gymnasium. Just to give you a heads up, we got football tomorrow night from New Madrid, and then upcoming action here on Aycorp Sports next week. Coach Vansel will be back at Clarkton for a match between the Reindeer and the Campbell Camels, who've been playing really well. In fact, they took this Senath-Hornersville Lions team to 5 sets in this tournament.
And I heard that was a very good game.
And then we will be back here at Malden, where the Green Wave will be hosting the Holcomb Hornets, who played very well this year. That should be a good match. And then next week we'll have a rare Thursday night football game under the lights, and it's one we've been looking forward to since the schedule came out. Portageville at New Madrid County Central.
Oh, wow.
Both teams really strong this year, and it was our best game we had last year was that matchup between those two teams. So we're very excited. Last year was at Portageville. It was one of the best games we televised last year, so we're looking forward to it. Well, first point goes to the Senath-Hornersville Lions here in set number 4. And there's Burleson playing that front row. Ball just kept coming back over to her, and she just kept hitting it.
Portageville's got to get somebody up there on that.
So Edmonston with her third serve here to start off set number 1. Smith with the hit, picked up by Edmonston. Burleson with the hit over. Set to Weddington, off the block and down. She's just a strong, athletic player for this Portageville team.
If I had to meet her somewhere else, I don't know if I would recognize her because her character signature is the 2 ponytails.
That's right, and I'm sure she doesn't wear those very often, besides when she's playing volleyball.
That's right.
Good serve that time, and not able to be handled by the defense of Senath-Hornersville Lions. So 2-2 now. Adams back to serve again for the Bulldogs. Not a good pass that time by Lane out of the back row. And then a little lack of communication there between Stone and Smith for the Bulldogs, and not able to be handled.
And typically we like the back row to take that pass because they can see the net. The front row had to turn around.
Right.
But it's just how it is today.
Sure. And, these are 15, 16, 17-year-old young ladies, and they're going to make some mistakes.
Net call on Burleson.
So Burleson was in the net for the Senath-Hornersville Lions. Another good hit that time, though, by Weddington. So Smith back to serve for the Bulldogs. Tied up 3-3 here in set number 4. And that's long. Senath-Hornersville watched it go out. Didn't try to make a play on it. Point for them. 4-3, Senath-Hornersville with the lead now. Brennan Lane back with the serve for the Lions. Stone with the free ball back over. Set to Burleson. Weddington.
To Farmer.
That was Farmer on the outside that time. What a play. I'm not sure that you could have drawn that up that way.
And that just came off of Shear's hands. I think she was just as shocked to set it as we were to see it.
And it was a really good set.
It was.
I mean, it was
perfect.
If she'd tried to set it there perfectly, she couldn't have done any better with it. So Larry with the set back over the net.
That was almost.
Burleson again, and this time it's out. Line judge that time made the call, and the referee didn't see it, so he looked to her, and she called it out. 5-4, Portageville with the lead. That's over the net.
Oh.
And there's Burleson in the middle again. Overpass, and she was ready for it. Set to the outside to Farmer. That's as good a hit as we've seen all night. That ball was almost inside the 10-foot line.
Wow. She got up now.
She sure did. That
impressive.
She got up and put that ball straight down for Chloe Farmer.
That wasn't even much of an approach. She just stood there and jumped and hit it.
You know, as we mentioned earlier, she's just a sophomore on this team. She'll be back for a couple more years. This Portageville team has, as we mentioned, watching their junior varsity, they have a very impressive future coming up. Coach Kellums has to be excited about what the next couple of years. I mean, this year, you know, they've got a lot of opportunity this year, but the next couple of years, she's got a lot of opportunity to win some games. And I think she knows that, and I think she's probably scheduling some more challenging games like the Clearwater tournament she went to this year. I think that's smart on her.
So Senath right now is really frustrated. They can't get to seem to break this serve. Larry has an amazing serve, has had it all year. Comes in with a little spin.
Nice play that time by Morgan Chandler. She was just determined there. You could just see the look on her face. She's like, that's not going to happen. We're going to stop this.
And she's all bit of 5 foot, I think.
Right. Burleson back with the serve for the Senath-Hornersville Lions. Free ball back over by.
Way to watch.
But out. Good play. Good vision that time by the Senath-Hornersville Lions defenders.
Some of these girls on Senath-Hornersville also run cross country at this time.
Wow.
So on Wednesdays they go to cross country meets.
That's a lot for these young ladies to be able to accomplish. Obviously they're in good shape and they can handle long rallies, and it's probably a good thing for them. Quick set to the middle for Stone and in. We haven't seen that a lot out of Stone, especially not more recently, and so that was
good.
For Portageville, that was good to see. Picked up that time and outside to Edmonston. Off the hands and down.
Priggle got a touch on that. She got up.
She sure did. Because Edmonston's a significantly taller player than her.
Yes.
Addie Lane back to serve for the Senath-Hornersville Lions. Stone with the push over. And the same back by Edmonston. Adams with the hit.
2.
And a double contact by Edmonston. She's obviously not their normal setter. Setter was there to take that one, but she didn't see her, I think. And so, all right, so we'll take a timeout with Coach Harris. She's called timeout for Senath-Hornersville Lions. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
When we look, we listen. When we evaluate, we understand. We get you to the right number without treating you like one. At Southeast Primary Care, we know your relationship with your doctor is one of the keys to get you better and keep you well. Our network of providers connects you to the brightest minds and latest technologies. It's a healthy relationship. Southeast Primary Care, always by your side.
And we're back here at the Malden High School Gymnasium. Both coaches taking most of that time out to talk with their respective players. Coach Harris hopes that timeout can stem this tide a little bit. Her team's down 11-7. Lainey Stone with the serve. Tough because that gets that deep serve and that tough first pass makes it difficult for their Senath-Hornersville to get into system. It's Adams with the hit, picked up nicely by the Lions, and that was Edmondson. She put that ball right in the back corner. Nice play. She's a strong hitter out of the middle there.
Those are some very nice passes from Farmer and Stone back there in the back row just now.
Morgan Chandler with the serve. Priggle with the hit. And there's Edmondson again. This time Smith's up with the block. Smith picks it up. And there's Adams on the outside. And that ball hit the basketball goal and came straight down. Not enough on that to get it over. Good play back there, playing that ball off the basketball goal. But
I'm wondering if she would have let that ball go out if it just would have went out, because it was right there.
It was close.
It was close. But what an amazing passing from Senath we've just seen.
Absolutely. Good pick up there, set. And 2 contacts that time by Reyes. So Shearer back to serve again at 13-8 now for the Portageville Bulldogs. Got a stoppage in play while Reyes ties her shoe. Now we're ready to go. Shearer back with the serve. Nice floater to the back rope. Picked up, set to the outside for Brennan Lane. Set to the middle for Smith, off the block and down. Chloe Edmondson was there, just a little off the net, and that ball came down on her side.
Yeah, she was off just a little bit too much.
Yep.
Such a strong hit.
There's Mayor Denton Kuhlman down in front of us, taking pictures for the. He takes pictures for the Malden players as well as for the newspaper. Good to see him here today. Shearer back to serve again, now at 15-8. Over pass, and Edmondson was there waiting for it, puts it down. You middle hitters see that ball and you're ready to pound it. Edmondson with the serve, and
hit the antenna.
Weddington off her hands and into the antenna. So Edmondson back to serve again, now at 15-10. Back row, Farmer picked up by Edmondson. Burleson with the hit back over. There's Weddington, and that time she didn't hit it hard, but hit it right off hands and out of bounds.
It is so hard for those kids in the back to not take it and touch it and swing back.
Right.
And that's the hardest thing to teach these kids is to don't swing. Just don't reach and swing. You can reach, just don't reach and swing maybe.
Adams with the serve for the Bulldogs. There's Burleson again, and that ball is out. Smart play that time by Adams. I wasn't sure when she let it go if it was going to be out or in, but it was out.
Well, if y'all can see over here from Portageville, your little junior Bulldog has given out.
He's lying on. He's back up again now. He's back up.
There he goes. He's been a trooper. He's just taking a rest.
The Bulldog mascot is now down to just his feet. So he decided he's giving away his hat, his head, and most of his uniform. So, all right. So Senath-Hornersville didn't look. They looked a little confused on that play. They weren't really together, and Coach Harris must have seen the same thing because she's going to take a timeout. We'll take 30 seconds with her, and we'll be back.
SEMO Health Network, we strive to provide caring and affordable health care while making our patients feel welcome in our warm and friendly atmosphere. With locations throughout Southeast Missouri, we provide medical, dental, OB, and behavioral health services to anyone and everyone that may need it. Visit SEMO Health Network for your wellness exams, COVID and flu vaccinations, lab services, dental exams, counseling, and more. For more information, visit our website and let SEMO Health Network take care of you.
And we're back here at the Malden High School Gymnasium. The Portageville Bulldogs lead the Senath-Hornersville Lions 18-10 here in set number 4, and they're up 2-1 in this match. So,
and I think Coach Harris has used her last time out.
She has. So So we're playing this one out to 25 now without another stoppage in play, at least from Senath-Hornersville. So set back to Weddington from the right side and put down. Nice play. Good attempt there by Lane, the libero, but not much she could do with that ball.
Adams has gone, I hope I don't jinx her, has gone a great run right now.
She sure has. Several serves in a row, and she's back to serve again for the Bulldogs. Another nice floater. A lot of movement on that ball. You could tell by the way Edmondson had to reach for it. But nice little tip that time by Burleson to put it down.
Most of our middles in the area don't get to play much of back row, and I'm proud to see that Lenny Stone does. She does a good job back there for them.
She does. You know, really both of their strong middles, both Smith and Stone, played good on the back row.
Yes.
Farmer was watching that ball, and it went. She'd watch it all the way to the floor. I don't know if she was going to flop down and pick it up if it was coming in, but she certainly watched it all the way down. Speaking of Smith, Smith's back to serve at 20-11 and serves it nice long serve. Good pass though. Smith with the pickup, Stone with the hit back with the ball back over. Set to the middle to Burleson. Stone with the bump, set to Farmer, but hit it into the net.
Yeah, she just let it drop below the tape before she decided to swing.
So Brennan Lane back to serve for the Senath-Hornersville Lions at 20-12. That's an overpass, and Burleson hit one right-handed. That didn't work, so she hit one left-handed, and that one got down. So 20-13 now. Senath-Hornersville with the serve.
Let's see what Senath can do here. They need to make a good run right now.
Brennan Lane with the serve for the Lions. Good pass that time by Adams. And Laney Stone off the libero's hands and out of bounds for a point for the Bulldogs. 21-13 now. Aaliyah Larry back in the back row. Liza Priggle back in the front row for the Bulldogs. Nice long, deep serve by Larry that time. Good hit by Lily Chandler. Adams hit that ball a little bit long. Good idea, but just a little bit long. So at 21-14, Jada Burleson back to serve for the Bulldogs, or for the Lions, pardon me. Priggle with the hit. Edmonston with the hit, blocked that time by Laney Stone. Set to the middle to Stone, blocked by Edmonston. So there's just back and forth, payback, one for the other. Smith with the pass, outside to Farmer. Picked up in the back row that time.
Another long rally here.
And I don't think Priggle expected that ball to come back to her. And wasn't quite ready for her. Plus Larry put that one just a little bit too close to the net, I think.
Yeah.
Tough pass there, tough to handle and hit out of bounds. So 21-16 now. Back to a 5-point deficit for the Lions. Lions continue with the serve. Jada Burleson, who served several in a row now, and let's see how if she continues that. Overpass. And Chloe Edmondson was there for it, but hit it into the net. Just missed that one. 22-16 with Farmer back to serve for Portageville. There's Edmondson with another chance.
Nice hit.
Picked up that time by Smith, nicely in the back row. Stone with the hit. Set to the outside to Lily Chandler.
Ball was in.
And that ball was in.
He was confused.
Nice hit by Lily Chandler. I don't think he thought it was out. I think he just pointed the wrong way.
He pointed, yeah.
Addie Lane back to serve for the Lions at 22-17. Stone hit that ball deep to the back row, picked up by Burleson, but out of bounds off her hands. So Stone back to serve at 23-17.
See what Senath can do. They need to get a good stop here.
Senath needs to stop this serve right here. Set to the middle to Edmonston. Nice play, and off Stone and down for the Lions point. Morgan Chandler back to serve for the Senath-Hornersville Lions, the senior leader. She's back to serve here at 23-18, down 5 points in set number 4. Smith tips it back over. Set by Chandler and out.
He's out.
Off Edmondson hit that and it was out. Just barely. The referee was not quite confident immediately, but he made the call and made the correct call, I believe. So championship point here with Shear back to serve for the Portageville Bulldogs. Brendan Lane with the tip over. Here's Weddington with the hits it. Picked up. Reyes hits it over. So set by Shear to Smith in the middle. Edmonston able to get that one back. Weddington hits it. Does a beautiful roll, backward roll, and comes up ready to play. Set to Smith, and that's the championship. Nice job by the Lady Bulldogs to pull that out 25-18 in set number 4. So let's stay here while we do the presentation of the trophies, and then we'll take a quick break and then come back and recap and finish up our coverage here from Malden High School Gymnasium. The Senath-Hornersville Lions, who are undefeated in conference this year, were the regular season champions and second place in the tournament. So first place in the season, second place in the tournament. And the tournament champions this evening were they co-champions? They each got a trophy, so I wonder if they were co-champions. Maybe they were both 5-1 in the conference. So, well, either way, what a great match tonight. We'll be back. We'll take about a minute, and then we'll be back to wrap things up from here in Malden High School.
Estate, we're Southeast Missouri, just like you.
We are parents.
We are teachers.
We are grandparents.
We are active in our community.
We are patriots.
Serving all of Southeast Missouri, and we are here for you.
We are young.
Fast break, cold beer, pork steak. Fast break, the best chicken in the whole state. Fast break, whoop doggies, I think I need a fast break. All right.
Fast Break in Bernie, Missouri. Fresh food, lottery, gas, and more.
Fast break.
And we're back here at the championship of the Bootheel Conference tournament here at the Malden High School Gymnasium. I got that straightened out, Coach. It looks like these two teams were actually co-champions. Each one was 5-1 on the season, or 6-1, 7-1, whatever. Had one loss in the conference, and Senath had beaten Portageville head-to-head. That's why they were the number 1 seed in the tournament. So they split the conference championship for regular season. Portageville wins tonight the tournament championship. So what do we see? You know, we got about a week and a half. Little over a week, and we could possibly see these two teams back here again for the district championship. So what do you say? What do you see going into state play that these teams need to do to get ready?
Well, Senath is so aggressive on the defense, and they do such a good job of that. I think we're seeing their district team right here. Portageville over here, they're going to pull up some of these other girls, and we're going to see a different team as well. I think going into district play, I don't know what she's going to do, but she does have some cushion going into district with that. And in case someone is not having a good night, then we can just adjust a little bit on that.
She's got different substitution patterns and everything, opportunities.
For me, Portageville service receive killed them a lot, and for Senath, it is getting a good hit and getting a solid hit off of everything that you need to send over.
Yeah, the set they won, set number 2, was that they were definitely much more aggressive on offense. They were keying on the setter for Portageville, as you pointed out, and making her take the first receive, whether it was on a free ball or whether it was on a hit. They were hitting at her. So those are things that were good, that they didn't continue in those last 2 sets. So that wraps things up here from and there's Weddington down there taking a photograph with the trophies and the little fairy bear that is on the bench with them. I'm not exactly sure what that must be their mascot for the team, but they're taking pictures with it. Sure, those will show up on Instagram later tonight for those young ladies.
Portageville has walked away here with 4 trophies. What an accomplishment.
They sure have. So congratulations to the Portageville Bulldogs for pulling out wins in both the junior varsity and varsity championships tonight. That wraps things up for us here at the Malden High School Gymnasium. Remember, we'll be back on the air tomorrow night from New Madrid County Central with a football matchup between the Eagles and the Sykeston Bulldogs. So make sure you tune in for that. Another opportunity to see Portageville, or to see the New Madrid County Central Eagles tomorrow evening. So we will, for Aycorp Media, Aycorp Sports, we appreciate you joining us tonight. Coach Vansel, it's been a pleasure. We'll be back together for a couple of games next week and then preparing for district play, and we'll be broadcasting some games. But we'll keep you all posted as to what games we're going to broadcast come district championship time. So thank you for joining us, and we'll see you soon.